Okay. Uh, Love More, Fear Less reading. This is What's the Story? In describing my recent experiences with visiting the homeless, I mentioned that I do not join people in their story. I got an email asking for some clarification. Isn't empathy for your fellow man one of the highest forms of humanity? Hmm. Yes and no. I think we can have empathy for conditions without believing the story. A story may be factually accurate, but told through a filter of negativity. Too often we use our stories as prisons. The way we see and interpret our lives, i.e., the way we tell our story, makes all the difference in the world. I am shy. I never have luck with women. The government is screwing me. A negative story does nothing for us in the present moment except anchor us to a path we do not want. I try to resist judgment, good or bad, of someone's condition. Who am I to know that having a 5-year plan is better than being lost, or that working 9 to 5 is better than being homeless? I know what story our culture teaches us, but our culture is full of anger, depression, and mindless drudgery. I hardly think culture is a trusted source. Which is why it is important to not buy into the status quo story and be a part of the forces that reinforce someone's victim role, anger, or helplessness. When we visit a homeless person, we need to let go of the story. This is a person in front of me, not a homeless person. This is a person who currently does not have resources, not a victim screwed by the system and followed by bad luck. There is no value in reinforcing and retelling a story that we do not enjoy. The reality is that many of us love to retell our upsetting stories. We feel comfortable in the victim role. We love the feeling of righteous indignation as we complain. People can stay in those stories if they like, but I refuse to join them. You may argue for your limitations, but I don't have to agree. I believe we are all perfect. We all have the potential for joy. And I certainly am in no position to know if your situation is good or bad. All I know to be true in this moment is that I have a granola bar and you are hungry. In that moment, we are not the sum of all of our stories. We are simply present with one another. We are two expressions of divine consciousness in human form. Dragging all my past upsets into this moment would not honor the past, it would dirty the present. Now, this isn't to say I refuse to believe someone is feeling sadness, hurt, pain, etc. The feelings are real and we should honor them. But when the story is contributing to those unpleasant feelings, there is no reason to hold on to it so tightly. Stories can be ladders, but they are usually prisons. If it doesn't lift you up, then let go. What's the Story by Love More Fear Less, lovemorefearless.com, written by some guy.